Lisa Miller reporting from London. And now here's John Clark and Brian Daw.
Hello there. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Brian. Good evening, or good morning, probably, really.
Yeah, will be.
Yeah.
You're in Wimbledon.
Wimbledon, yes, which is fantastic. This is very exciting.
How's the weather there?
The weather's great. The weather's actually been brilliant all week.
It's a great tradition, isn't it?
Well, there's been weather here for quite a while, no question about that, Brian. In fact, the old hands tell me that there's been weather here for as long as anyone can remember.
No. I mean, the tennis is a great tradition.
The tennis? Well, yes, weather permitting, Brian. The tennis is always very interesting, yes.
The Australian men haven't done very well, have they?
Oh, well, they've gone, perhaps not well, but at least they went quickly, Brian. A bit of noise from Bernard, but a PB, I think, overall.
What about the women? Who's going to do well over there this year, do you think?
Well, Merkel is the one they're saying will do well here this year.
She looks good, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's got all the shots. She's an absolute cracker, this one.
I watched her in the first round against, I think it was someone from Greece.
The Greeks. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, between 61 and 62 billion.
6162. I think you might have misread that, Brian. I think it was 6162.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But she's got all the shots and she's very determined.
Very determined. She's a very tough customer, I think.
Yeah,
Merkel.
she can be.
Yeah, she's playing in the doubles as well, of course. I watched her this morning against the Spaniards.
Wasn't that delayed because of
It was delayed because the Spanish turned up without any gear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did Merkel do?
Merkel lent them some gear and gave them half a set up and still beat them, Brian.
Oh, my God. She is special.
She is. I've never seen court coverage.
Who was she playing with at that time?
Nobody, Brian. There's just her up the other end, but boy, can she move. Boy, can she move.
What about the Italians?
Well, the Italians will go better, I think, now.
Why is that?
Well, they've borrowed the gear that previously the Spanish borrowed from Merkel, so they're a bit more confident.
And how will they go, do you think?
Well, they should go okay. They've negotiated that Merkel will give them nearly 2 sets up and will serve underarm.
Right, and the Portuguese were expected to win that anyway.
She'll still thrash them, I might say. The Portuguese, Brian?
Yeah.
Well, interestingly, the Portuguese have just beaten the Irish.
Yeah, well, I could have beaten the Irish.
Not in the tennis, Brian, not in the tennis.
Oh, OK.
No.
So they're in the second round?
No, they're not, Brian. They've beaten the Irish to get to the gear that the Italians had finished using that the Spanish had borrowed from Merkel.
Well, she'll win that as well, won't she,
She'll win
Merkel?
that, she'll win that going away, yeah.
But isn't there a question that the Portuguese will turn up?
That's right, Brian. Merkel will need to give them a lift, but she'll still thrash them.
Yeah. Sounds like it might be the year for the Germans.
Well, that's what they're saying here. The Germans are all over this, Brian.
Well, best of luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sorry? Just a minute, Brian. I'll have to go. The owner wants to use the studio.
Oh, really? Who's the owner?
Merkel.
Fair enough.
I won't be a minute.